Welcome to the third video. In this one, we're going to continue with our behaviors, only this time instead of changing the background image of the nav div, we're actually going to change some of the text. Notice that we have New England's largest classic owners group. That's an H1 tag, and then we have a paragraph tag here that is classified with a tag of description. So you also could tell from the last video how easy it is to type and make a mistake. So be very, very cognizant of the fact that if you spell something wrong, if you put an extra space, if you put a dot in instead of a slash, anything that you do will cause your web page to not display properly. But don't worry, most of the time it's a very simple fix. Just go and check it. If you don't see any error in your typing, ask someone else. Most of the time, they'll see it before you do, especially if you see something that's displayed as blank, then you know it can either be a typo or you just can't find the image. Maybe it's been deleted, moved, or whatever. All right, so I'm on page 307. I've got the index file open over here. What we're going to do instead of change background image, we're going to do something called set text. Now remember, behaviors is grayed out. Why is it grayed out? Because it doesn't like you? No, I don't think that's the case. It's grayed out because it doesn't like live view. So if you're in live view and something's grayed out, change it to design view. See if that works. If you're in design view and something's grayed out, change it to live view. So I'm going to change it right here to design view. And we have the on load and stuff. So I'm going to start with Charity Cruises. And that's the last one. And why am I starting with Charity Cruises, you say, when it's number 4? Very simple. Because the book starts with it. So I didn't write the book. If you don't believe me, look on the front of the cover. You will see somebody's name other than mine. Maybe in the 2019 version, you might see me doing some editing. However, at this point at a time, I am just a book person like you. So what I'm going to do here is on number 2, I'm clicking the add behavior. Notice we already have 2 behaviors there. I have 2 behaviors. You should only have the mouse down unless you decided to add them on your own. Either way is okay. If you added them on your own and it's not working out, I will not hold that against you. I encourage you to experiment. But you might want to experiment after you submit it. All right, so now we have the plus sign. We're going to go to set text and set text of container. If you set the text of the status bar, that sets the text on the very bottom of your screen. And we might do that at a later date. So let's text here, and we want the H1, H1. Again, I'm not a big fan of that, but hey, I can live with it. So we're going to choose Charity Cruises. I'm just physically typing that in. And if you ask, why am I typing it in when I just got done telling you I don't like typing things in, it's because the book says in number 4, type Charity Cruises, which I did. Okay, that takes care of that. Now what we need to do is we now need to change the physical text that's down here. So when we click on Charity Cruises, it's going to actually change this text over here. So let's go into the content main, and you can see we have Restoration Services, Swap Meet, and Charity Cruises. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy all of this. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it because I want you to do it the way the book is. So I'm just going to copy all this here. I'm going to go into Code View and notice that it looks actually copied pretty good. So we'll go over here and we'll just double check. I don't know where the closing P tag is in there. So I will put one in because it needs to be in there. So let's copy this. And if you don't have this up top here, remember, go to Window, Toolbars, and make sure all 3 of these are checked. Let's go back to the index, and we're going to add a new behavior. We're going to do the set text. We're going to do set text to container. We want the P description. and we'll type that in there and click OK. So we want now to make sure that these are both mouse down. So let's go mouse down. And of course, what do? I change it to mouse down. Actually, did it right. Let's do mouse down. Okay. And it just changed the mouse down and moved it up top over there. So let's test this. We'll save it. Let's test it and see what happens. So we want to click on Charity Cruises. We're going to click on it. And notice it changes to Charity Cruises. Every year we host charity events, blah, 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 blah. Now notice when I'm up here, nothing else changes. Yes, the picture's changing, but that's only from the last thing. So we're going to need to change each one. So it tells us to do restoration services and swap meet. So let's do that. Remember, we need to be in design mode. So we're going to choose set text, and we want the header, and I'll just type in restoration services and pray that I spell it right, because you know I'm not a good typist. I'm going to click on that, change it to mouse down. Now we're going to do the text over here down here. So again, we need to make sure that this is selected. Change the behavior to set text, text to container. Let's go into content main, which it won't let us do. So we'll go into content main, and we will copy this here. And let's put in our closing p tag while I'm here. And we'll go back here. Click on this. Set text to container. And p description. And I will explain this once again at the very end of this video, just so you're understanding what's going on. It sounds a lot harder than it really is. Okay, swap meets, we need to do the same thing. Okay, we've done it all. So let's test it in live view. Let's save everything. So we have charity cruises, restoration services, swap meets. Okay, so I'm not seeing them all change. Let's see. Okay, charity cruises every year. Restoration service is one of the largest. All right, when you see things like that, it usually means the behaviors are not proper. So we have mouse down in here for, let's go, restoration services. On key down, okay, that might have something to do with it. Let's change that to mouse down. And we still have okay, it only took me 3 times to do it, but I got it. They say the 3rd time's a charm. On mouse down and here. On mouse over. So let's try doing mouse down. And mouse down. And I think we got it. Let's try it again. Okay, as one of the largest corners. Okay, we still have a dilemma. So let's go and see which one has one of the largest every year. Okay, charity cruises, many are. All right, looks like restoration services maybe. So I'm going to change it in Code View. So let's go to restoration services here in Code View and move this out of the way. And this is not a very good decision to do because it's too easy to make a mistake. So you know what? Let's go into design view and let's change the restoration services. On mouse down, let's change this. Control A. All right, now let's see if we got it. And many of them are stored kinds, swap meets, one of the largest classics, and every year. All right, now here's the dilemma. Notice we're home, nothing changes. So we need to change it. So what I've done is I've created a WordPad file that has all the home information. So I'm going to copy this here. And we're going to do the same thing to home, even though the book doesn't physically tell us to. I think it's a wise choice. That's just good programming. So set text to container. I'll just type in, we got it here. We'll change this to H1. And then we'll go back and get the other. And we have to change the mouse to mouse down. So let's change these both to on mouse down and on mouse down. Save it and let's test it. Let's see if we're lucky enough to actually get real-time preview to work. It's in this over here, which it did. Remember, if it gives you, you can't do it except in Dreamweaver, then just exit Dreamweaver and go back in. So let's click on Restoration Services. That works. Swap Meet, that works. Charity Cruises, that works. And let's go back home, and that works. All right, that's it on this video. Have a wonderful day.